There seems to be a bit of an unintentional theme of the last few episodes I've uploaded. They're all based on motion capture graphics and action. Well, not one to buck a trend, here's the third in the sequence of games from this genre. Here is Noob Games review of Street Fighter the movie on the PlayStation. I'm sure we're all well aware of the Street Fighter series of games, going back to Capcom's first outing in the arcades in 1987, and to press they have sold over 44 million units worldwide. You could argue that the early to mid-90s were the series' heyday. Once Street Fighter 2 was released and its subsequent ports onto the home market, notably the Super Nintendo version, the world went mad for Ryu, Ken and the gang. So like any good franchise, the spin-off started, and the game today is based on the movie that bore the Street Fighter name. The film was released in 1994, and the game and the arcades of the game followed. They were released on the Saturn and PlayStation a year later, and although the game is similar to its arcade big brother, there are enough differences to review them separately, so onto the PlayStation version. Developed and published by Capcom, Street Fighter the movie for the PlayStation was released in Europe in September 1995 and was one of the very first games for the system. Apart from using motion capture sprites, anyone that is familiar with the game mechanics of the Street Fighter games up to this point will feel at home with the move lists and the characters. The game starts with some full motion video cutscenes from the movie, setting the scene and giving you a glimpse of what to expect. Then it's into the game select screen. The main mode is the one-player movie battle, which sees you play through the game in parallel with the plotline of the film. You control Guile, and after various battles you can choose your path to the end battle. Each choice you make gives different opponents and makes the game longer or shorter depending on which choice you make. There are cutscenes from the films to give you an indication of what you're doing, and of course, Kylie Minogue is used a lot in these. Given that her and Jean-Claude Van Damme were the big stars, of course they were going to crowbar them into this as much as they could. When you complete the game, and after the third battle with Bison, side note here, check out the fantastic acting by Jean-Claude Van Damme. You are awarded with the music video of the film's theme song, Something There by Change and Asker. I've just got to leave some of this in here. Just check out some of the early 90s music video action. It could easily be a Roxette video, but you know. Right, that's enough. I don't want to get a copyright ban. The other game modes are pretty similar to the other Street Fighter games. Street Battle sees you battle arcade style against other 12 characters, and Trial mode sees you try to beat a quick time or high scores. There is of course the obligatory versus mode for some two-player action. The main difference of this game is the digitised graphics, and all but two of the film stars came in and did some motion capture for the game. The actor that played Blanca didn't want involvement, and Raul Julia, who played M. Bison, probably more famous for playing Gomez Adams, he was seriously ill when the game was being produced. He died in October 1994 before the game's release. In both cases, the stunt doubles from the films were used. The moves are very similar to other games in the series, so you will be soon pulling off dragon punches and spinning bird kicks before you know it. There are combos and super combos available for you to pull off. The music is fair enough, and the backgrounds are digitised versions from scenes from the film. There is also digitised versions of scenes from the Street Fighter 2 series as well. However, this all added together does make it a bit of the black sheep of the Street Fighter series. Upon release, the reviews were not very favourable. It does look like something that could have been produced on the Super Nintendo and not to display what the PlayStation could do. The general feeling was it was a mediocre game based on a mediocre film, and I tend to agree with them. It reeks of Street Fighter trying to match Mortal Kombat digitised gameplay and not doing it very well, but it was good to see that this was a one-off and they soon went back to what they were good at. So do you agree? Do you remember playing it back in the day? Thanks for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time on Noob Game Reviews.